being present to my wife when I'm bodily absent. This is rooted in fidelity, but it's more than fidelity. It's fidelity in action. Presence. What does it take to be present to people? At the heart of any relationship is presence. Being bodily present is, of course, the main way of being present. But even sometimes when we're together, we're not really fully present to one another. I think of, it's embarrassing, sometimes when I take my wife out on a date, this is very, very hard for me to see this, but I saw it through her eyes when she pointed it out to me, and I'm so grateful that she did. We'd be sitting there at a restaurant, and she'd be sharing things, and I'm listening. And, she pointed out, it didn't really feel like I was present. And whatever, I might have had a good reason, been a long day or whatever. But here I was on a date with my wife, right there in bodily presence in the restaurant, and I wasn't really present. So being present to people, even those we really love, especially those we really love, it's difficult. It's a challenge. Well, right now, I want to think about the challenge of when we're not bodily present. There's a whole nother level of challenge. Any presence, any human presence there's different ways we could characterize it, but I want to put it this way. To be really present is to give loving attention. If I'm giving you loving attention, then I'm present to you. Like if we feel someone giving loving attention, we very much feel that person here with me. If the person's not giving me a loving attention, the person might be present in some sense, but in any case, not present in the rich sense that we're looking for, that we want in a relationship. So this actually gives us something to work on, think about when we're in the bodily presence. I need to remember this when I'm in the restaurant there with my wife on a date. I need to be giving more loving attention. All right, but now let's go to when I'm away, when we're apart from one another. In all human relationships in this life, this is always going to be the case. And isn't this a big part of marriage? We're apart a lot. What do we do? Is it just, when we're apart, we're apart? Or should we be very present to one another with a certain consistency? Sure, we have to focus on other things and we're relating to other people, that for sure. But at the same time, particularly if there's any length of time, even just in the day where we're apart, shouldn't we also be present in some type of consistent way? So here's a very concrete thing we can do. Go in thought. No other animal can do this. Animals aren't present to one another when they're apart from one another. We, by the astounding powers of our soul, we can go to one another in thought. I can give loving attention from afar. So here's a simple practice. Choose to go in thought. Choose, even if just for a moment, to give loving attention. Having a nice photo is a great way, in the wallet, on our desk, helps us to remember that. But we don't need that help necessarily. We have her in our imagination. And we can think of her, and thinking of her oh so briefly, but oh so real. We can go in thought, give loving attention. She might not feel it right now, though I wouldn't be at all surprised if she did. And then when we are together again, whenever that is, our presence is going to be all the more rich for our having been faithful, and even more than faithful, in loving presence from afar.